Well, good morning. We turned over another week. This is the morning of day 15, Monday morning. Spent the night at Sucker Brook Shelter last night. Good night, sleeping. Some wild animals in the middle of the night. Heard a bunch of coyotes and stuff. Made the night a little bit interesting, but feel pretty good this morning. It's been a rough couple days. Feet have been hurting really bad, but I got high hopes for today. We'll see how it goes. Plan today is to go about 11.5 miles. Forget the name of the shelter. I'll update it a little bit later today as we get closer. But yeah, I mean, we're again, you know, as I've been mentioning, we're in the last couple days we've been on the long trail and away from the Appalachian Trail. So, you know, trail's more rugged. And when I say more rugged, I mean, yeah, the climbing has been pretty tough last couple days, but overgrown, blowdowns that haven't been cleared. You know, not really complaining about that. That makes it kind of interesting, but it also makes it a little bit more challenging. Yesterday wasn't too bad on following the trail, but on that first day, there were a couple times where I really started to second guess whether I was even on the trail anymore. And one time I actually got off the trail for just a very short distance, but you know, it's just one of those things you gotta pay a little closer attention. It's not the, as one guy said, the super highway of the AT that really is difficult to get lost on. So anyway, we got a little bit of up and down this morning. I don't think anything too severe. But it's a new day, beautiful morning. I don't think we should have any bad weather today. I think maybe tomorrow there's supposed to be some rain, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, we'll check in as we go. So one of the things you notice right away here, I've kind of alluded to this, is the ruggedness here of the trail. The trail maintenance here on the long trail only section is doesn't happen quite as fast. That right there ahead of me is the trail, so obviously impassable. So there's a lot of workarounds, a ton of blowdowns that you either have to climb over, climb under, or find a way around. But yeah, it's been quite a challenge. So just something to think about if you're coming this way. It slows you down quite a bit, hard to get in a rhythm. All right, we reached the Middlebury Snow Bowl. Chairlift coming right on up here. Guess those are the various ski slopes. Came out over there. Not sure where we're going back in the woods, but we're going to hang out here and enjoy this view a little bit. It's pretty awesome, isn't it? All right, we're going to get a snack. All right, so just spent about an hour and a half hanging out at Lake Pliad, I guess is how it's pronounced. And then just crossed the road here at Middlebury Gap. Starting to climb up now out of Middlebury Gap. Here in the next few tenths of a mile, we'll reach the halfway point on the long trail. So nice milestone today. About 7 miles to go to get to, I believe it's Emily Proctor Shelter is the goal for tonight. So I will check back in when we hit this halfway point. All right, so we reached the halfway point. 136 miles down, 136 miles to go to Canada. That was after about a 1,000-foot climb out of, I think it's Middlebury Gap. So I had to work to get to that point, but here we go. Let's knock out the rest of it. All right, well, it's been a long day, way too long for the miles, but that's what happens when you take 2-hour breaks at the lake and hour break at the chairlift. So making it up and over Breadloaf Mountain now, end the day as usual with a bit of an uphill, pretty steep at that. So kind of flattened out now up on the ridge. Once we get up over Breadloaf, just a few tenths of a mile to the shelter. So we'll be getting a little late tonight, 7 o'clock or so, but no sweat. I don't think we got a real long day lined up tomorrow, so this may be the end of the day. I may check in one more time when we get to the shelter. See you soon.
Ooh, is it boomerang? Is it boomerang? No, it might be. I'm just being so ridiculous with social media right now. Oh, that's a nice backgrass right here. Ooh.
Right, so already got the day started today. We stayed at Emily Proctor, as I mentioned last night. About 5 people in the shelter, escaping the rain. Pouring rain came in around 2:30 a.m. So now we're at it. It was raining this morning. There has been a lull in the rain, so we're trying to take advantage of that. But I'm going to try to see if I can get this view into. I don't know that you can see that. I'm going to turn the camera around. Maybe that'll be better. But just a beautiful view here off of Mount Wilson lookout. So I'm going to turn the camera around, see if we can see. I don't know how much of that you can see, but it is just beautiful. Didn't expect to see very much today. So that's pretty special. All right, so we're continuing our trek over Vermont's presidentials. We hit Mount Wilson a while back. This is Mount Roosevelt. Nice rock outcropping here. Trail passes right next to this area. So I'm going to chill out here, take a little break. Didn't really expect much on views today because of the rain, but that's pretty remarkable. All right, we're going to break here for a little bit. All right, hey, sorry for the foggy glasses, but it has been humid all day today because of the early morning rain. Weather's temp's cooled down a little bit. I think the plan is, guys I've been hiking with here, Deacon Blue and Cougar for the last few days. We're going to get up to Lincoln Gap. Pretty much a full day for today. Go into town for resupply, get something to eat, spend the night, and then probably slack pack tomorrow, and then get a night's rest the following night. But I also wanted to give you just a quick look at what we've been facing here for the last 2.5 days. This will give you a sense of what the trail looks like once you leave the AT. It gets thicker and thicker as you go north, so here we go. All right, so this is just a very typical section. I'm going to try not to fall here because it's kind of slippery, but as you can see, this is the trail, man, and this is how it's been. And every time you get moving a little bit, you come to a blowdown that you either have to go around, go under, or go over. So, needless to say, it just kind of wears you out a little bit more. But anyway, that's what we're looking at. By the way, I forgot to mention, we are just nearing the summit here of the 4th in the presidential range, Vermont's presidential range today. Whoa! See what I'm talking about? Now this is, this is what I was talking about. This is the trail right in front of me. So we need to figure out a way to get around this. So I'm gonna put the phone away right now, but we're about to summit Mount Grant, which would be the 4th of today's presidentials. All right, I'm out. All right, from the summit of Mount Grant, definitely a different look than we had earlier this morning. Pretty much socked in. All right, we're gonna make our way down the Lincoln Gap.
They don't stay open late.
Oh man, you need to check the hours on that.
Oh, look at this.
I'm willing to go. I'll still stay at Battelle tonight, but a sandwich doesn't sound half bad. Or soup if they have it. Oh my gosh, that sounds good too.
So, they're gonna have
All right, well, good morning. I think it's the 18th today. It was a wet day yesterday, as you've seen. Cougar, Deacon Blue, and I decided to come off the trail just a day early. We were going to get off today at Appalachian Gap, but we got off yesterday afternoon at Lincoln Gap. Came into the Hideaway Inn here. It's a great place. They have small rooms above the bar. I think it's $89 a night for the room, double occupancy. Includes breakfast. They have a great restaurant downstairs. Last night was Taco Tuesday. That was awesome. Really happening place here at night. It stayed pretty loud up until pretty late at night, but it wasn't a bother upstairs. So we're getting ready to have breakfast this morning. Breakfast served at 8 o'clock. I'm going to take a 0 today, and then we'll hit the trail at Lincoln Gap again tomorrow. It was a rough day yesterday. Beautiful views from Wilson and from Roosevelt and from Sunset Rock, but man, the rain and just the thick forest and the number of blowdowns just made the day pretty tough. Sorry, got some traffic there. All in all, we got about 10.1 miles in, which was a good day, all things considering. So I'm going to try to do a little tour around the Hideaway today, just to kind of give you a look at what's available here. This is Waitsville, Vermont, and other than that, we'll hit the trail again tomorrow in the morning.